We gotta ask you that. Well, no,
I said I'm
I
not.
don't think you're not. No, I don't think you are. Excuse me, rather. Steroids. We gotta ask you about it.
Oh, yes.
We have to ask you
Question.
because it's easy, right? Oh, it's so
I'm
easy.
waiting.
So I mean,
I love it.
be honest.
Yeah, love it. Let's do a drug test right now.
When did you start steroids?
Oh my God, Bradley, stop it. You know, Kenny KO, I actually changed him. Like, you know, Kenny KO, he goes around and asks everybody. So he was like, he for sure thought I was on drugs. Like, and then he met me in person. I think that's where I shine. Like, that's why I used to go to so many expos, because online, like in pictures, like the picture I posted at your gym yesterday, I'd be like, oh, for sure, drugs.
Because
yeah, you just like, you're not like online. I look so much bigger than I am. And like, if you stand me next to another girl, then it's like, oh, she actually is pretty tiny. Like, you know, you've met Kristen Nunn.
yeah,
when you
she's
look at,
jacked.
she's smaller than I am. Standing next to each other, like her muscle bellies are a lot bigger, but she is a tiny little person. Just because, you know, you're not putting, like, you're just looking at a picture and you can't tell.
Perspective.
Yeah. So when you see me in person, they're like, oh, I kind of let people down a little bit because they probably think I'm a lot bigger than I am. Most people think I'm like 5'8", 5'9", like $180. I'm like, no, 5'4",
I think you're like an Amazon. So why? Like, I mean, I guess it just obviously just comes down to genetics. You're just because and also I guess
I'd like to say I have really good genetics, but I also have like not great. I feel like I'm like right in between, because there's parts of my body where like my legs, I could not, like competing, I could not, like even now to this day, like I don't have separation of legs, because naturally that's where women hold their water. Their fat is generally in the lower portion of your hips, your glutes and legs. But
so you've never done anything?
Nope.
No peptides? No.
Nope.
Little Anavar, a little sprinkle.
No.
Little wake up in the morning, little Anavar.
You wish.
Huh? Damn, I do wish.
Yeah.
I wonder what you would have looked like.
Oh, I would be Iris Kyle, for Christ's sakes.
So yeah.
You've seen me train, right? I've trained with you.
Yeah, I think, you know, because after all the years of doing it, there's definitely some tells where you're like, okay, like you see some people that say, oh, I'm natural. It's like, all right, buddy, you're not. Or girl, obviously you're not. I think the thing that people fail to recognize with like, because I've had buddies who have taken gear and they think like, oh, I'm gonna look like a bodybuilder in 3 months, and they're like, it doesn't work that way.
No, it doesn't work like that. No.
But also just genetically speaking, like I've met people where you're like, I know for a fact this person doesn't take steroids, and I'm like, holy shit, like their genetics, they're just insane. Like some people are just super gifted.
So I've also been an athlete my entire life.
Yeah.
Like I was on the swim team at like 5 years old, like waking up, going to swim practice with like the older kids. I played soccer, basketball, field hockey, swimming, track, forgetting one, and softball. Like literally played everything, good at everything. Just, I'm an athlete.
Yeah.
Just like you. Like you're a freak athlete. And when I started training, like I already had like from the swimming, like probably from swimming, I have a little broader shoulders.
Yeah.
From years and years of soccer, I already sort of have like bigger legs. And then when I started lifting, I just lifted. I didn't lift like a girl. I lifted like a boy.
Like the guys do.
And maybe I do put on muscle a little bit easier than most girls.
Yeah.
And, but I've also been like thinking back, like I started training in 2000, like I started lifting in like 2003 or 4, like 20. Yeah. Like 20.
Yeah. And so this is after years of sports.
Yeah. So like 20. So I've been lifting 6 to 7 days a week for like the last 18 to 20 years. Like I'll say, 19 years. 19 years. And this is as big as I get? Don't you think I would be bigger, Bradley?
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah, technically, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like, I just feel like I would be a lot bigger.
Yeah.
So that is actually why I worked with George Farah. Once I did all my own preps. throughout all the years, I did my own diet. I still do, like, I did all my own training. The only reason I worked with George Farrow, because he was the only person that believed me. He was like, he's worked with tons and tons of people. I met him in Alaska.
He's worked with people on steroids and off steroids, obviously. Yeah, I know.
So he can tell, He's so smart. Like, he is brilliant, brilliant man. I met him in Alaska and I trained with him. And afterwards, and I had just went pro, like I did that somehow by myself. I don't know how. And that was when I was like, I feel like now that I'm a pro, like I feel like I need a coach. Like, I don't actually know what I'm doing. I'm just guessworking. Like I'm doing I was just on bodybuilding.com, like researching like how to dehydrate yourself, like how to get water out. Like I was doing all my own like research and trial and error. And finally, once I went pro, I was like, maybe that's like, I want to be serious. Like I want to get to the Olympia. Like I want to get to the bigger stages. So there were a couple coaches, I'm not going to like say names, but like immediately I told them like my issues, it was my lower body. Like I couldn't separate my legs and
what? They're like, what gear are you on?
Well, they're like, we'll just, you have to be on Anavar and then it just goes away. I was like, I can't work with you because I know what it does to girls. It's not good. And that's why you see, especially girls in the fitness industry, you see them for 2 or 3 years and then you don't see them anymore.
Yeah.
Because it
destroyed their hormones.
Girls.
Yeah.
Destroys your hormones. And like once your voice changes, it doesn't go back.
No.
Just like you're done. Like, but you can tell just like in their skin, their hair, their voice, like even just to me, the skin's usually the thing that I notice the most. Like, I don't know.
Thinness of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just looks almost, I want to say like leathery. I don't know. It's just like looks different. Plus, like if they had like acne, it's like that's a sure sign. It's like your back is just full of acne. Like, how old are you? Like, we're not in middle school anymore. Your back shouldn't be covered in acne. Like, that's not good.
So, I mean, do you think it's more prevalent now? Probably in this space because of social media, like steroid usage.
Yeah. Well,
it definitely seems that way.
Think of like all the like you have like, like the Sam Suleks, like that dude is what, 20?
I think he's like 22 or
22?
something, maybe 23.
Fuck, man. If you told me he was 40, I'd probably believe you. Like,
because of how fucking built he is?
Everyone, I mean, I love Rich Piana, but like the whole, like just freely talking about everything. And they like, it's almost like glamorized.
Yeah, Sam doesn't really talk about it.
No, he doesn't talk about it. But that that young generation,
there's a whole lot of other people who talk about it. For sure. Yeah.
Oh my god, and like, what's the one dude? He died like a couple years ago. So sad. But Boston Lloyd, like the Boston Lloyds.
Yeah.
But like everyone just made it into like, oh well, this is what you have to do, and the problem is like you have people on the internet like Greg Doucette, like he's just like makes videos, YouTube videos. He gets views off of just saying like Daniel Bailey's a liar. And I know it makes people angry, but it makes people angry because you can't do it yourself. And you can't believe that a girl can look like that. But it's like my work ethic is literally 19 years. I'm 40. I haven't competed in 10 years. I still train 7 days a week. Why? Because I'm a psycho. Yeah. Because I'm a psychopath.
Yeah.
And anyone that's ever trained with me, it's like I out-train everyone.
Well, it's because of steroids. Yeah, that's what Greg would say.
Exactly.
But it is what I get it, right? Like I understand the idea of like people say it because they just think it's just not possible.
Because it's not possible for them. And like this is a really thing I say, but it kind of helps me. It's like there are just people in this world that are just better than you. Yeah, there really are.
That's a fact. I think in all facets.
Like think of it like I'm never going to be in the Olympics for track.
Yeah, there's just people that are just better.
They're just, and like some of those girls, like they probably don't even have to train. They're just fast.
They just wake up and they're like,
They're
just
like,
win.
I can run like as fast as a cheetah. And like, you're just better than me. Like, you're just better than me. And that just sucks. And it's a hard pill to swallow for some people, especially men. They hate me. They absolutely hate me. But I will say, like,
It's funny.
They do. Like girls, whatever. But men hate me. Like, they're like, you're a liar. Like, it's like, man. So that's my only reason if I ever did like a show ever again, if I ever went back to the Olympia, I wouldn't win it because I would look comical next to like, it's just the evolution of bodybuilding. It's past me. Like, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I used to get marked down for having striations in my shoulders. They got striated glutes now. Like, it's crazy. Women's physique is probably the most conditioned. I mean, they were more conditioned than the men's open for sure. The top 3 girls, like, their conditioning is insane.
Yeah, like,
it's insane. And when I was competing, there were quite a few of us that competed all natural. Like Tony West, like, no one remembers her, but she came from a all natural federation and came to the IFBB. And the only reason I did the IFBB because no one cared about NABA and all. Like, I competed in NABA for a couple years, but
it's a tested federation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tested, but no one cares about like those federations. So the most I wanted to be with the hardest competition and where I was going to get the most eyes and the most popular. And that was like NPC and IFBB at that time.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys hate me, man.
Damn. It's
just
funny.
ruining. Dude, let's go right now. We'll just stop this podcast. We'll go take a piss test right now.
Yeah.
I looked jacked today in your gym. The lighting was so good.
Dude. Oh my God.
So good.
So do you just like, cause you could have lived in LA. You never did. Do you just
I could never live here.
I was going to ask you
Good for
that.
you. Yeah.
Good for me. I don't know if it's good for me.
I mean, there's too many people here.
Fuck, dude. I just
Dude, my next door neighbor is like 40 acres away.
It just sounds like a dream.
So like when in summertime, like I can walk outside naked and I'm like just in the element, just like on my back porch.
Just like Liver King in it.
Just Liver King and it just
minus the stairs though? Minus the stairs.
Minus the stairs.
Yeah. Did you do you remember that when he got popped? But then he came back and was like,
that's the problem. It's people like that. That's why no one believes me, and it makes people angry because they think I'm like this crazy liar.
Yeah.
Because so many people, like Kenny KO does it, like, oh, he interviewed some girl and she's for sure. So like her voice was so deep. She's like, yeah, look at my face. Like, of course, look at my face. And she doesn't even like her jawline's like, gah. And it's like,
wait, she said no?
She said no. She's all natural. And he's like, really?
yeah.
I laugh so, but he actually believes me now. If you ask him, he might not say it on camera. I don't know if he ever officially said it on camera, but yeah, he comes every single time.
You had to have dealt with your whole
the
career.
whole time.
Yeah.
But if I ever did a show ever again, that's the reason I would do it. I would get drug tested like on a weekly or I don't bi-weekly or however often I need to like prove it. But then everyone would be like, "Oh, you're just getting fake results."
Yeah,
like,
don't win.
I'll never win.
You don't win.
But put it out there. This was always an idea for Rob and I. It'd be a great marketing plan. I have some money I can throw out. But challenge the entire world. I compete. I will bet anybody. Put $100,000 on it. I will, if anyone to the world, you can come drug test me, come take me. We go to an actual facility. We go get drug tested. If it comes back and I'm positive, I give you $100,000. If it's negative, I take $100,000 from you.
Yeah.
And that's what I would do. And I would just make money.
Damn, dude.
I'd be like, suck my, check those results. You owe me $100,000. And they run off.
Damn. So what do you think, like, what do you think the biggest challenge to be successful in the fitness space is for people now?
For people now is just like visibility.
Standing out.
Yeah, standing out. it's so hard, like, because it's so awesome because everyone's doing it and you can make a living doing it, but it's so hard to like stand out now because just everyone's on the internet, everyone's on social media. My mom's on social media. Like,
Yeah.
what? Why does my mom have an Instagram? Like, why is that a thing? It's so funny.
Was she making content? The
She makes reels. A lot of times she just like steals pictures from me and like makes her own reels and
was like, this is my daughter type
Yeah,
reel? What the
sometimes. I don't know. Kim Lynn, my mom. But it's like everybody is on social media.
Yeah.
Like Facebook.
So how do you think you stand out then? Now, if you were, let's say you were 20 years old again.
It's weird. I don't think I stand out anymore. I probably used to. The only reason I stand out is I still think I'm different than everybody else. I'm not. I don't follow anyone's footsteps. I don't follow what everyone else is doing. I think if anything, I've paved the way for a lot of females to like do this. It's just really cool to see, like, girls in the gym, like that wasn't a thing. Girls with muscle,
Girls with muscle is like really a thing now.
it's a thing.
It's very popular.
It's actually weird if girls don't train now. It was weird for me, like the amount of hate that I used to get. Like, I don't get that anymore because it's like normal now.
Yeah.
We have completely normalized girls being strong, which is awesome, and girls having muscle, which is also awesome. Like, just being able to like look however you want.
Yeah.
But I think, I don't know how to, it would be, it's hard to stand out because there's just so many people and everyone's attention is like a millisecond. So like you got to like really get them in those first 3 seconds. And if you don't get them, like their attention's
I think
over
it
there.
still just comes down to value though,
Yeah.
right? Like the difference, like being unique in the value that you offer.
Yeah.
And, or just trying to cultivate that value within your audience as much as you can.
Yeah.
For like as genuine from a genuine place. Cause like I said, I think most people do things just because they think there's like a money on the end of it. And if you could treat things, yes, you need to make money, and yes, you need to sell something to like sustain your life.
That shouldn't be your first and only thing.
Yeah.
Like if your first reaction is like, how much money am I going to make? Your intentions are wrong.
Yeah.
It's like you have to like care about the thing first, and then the money will always come back. And I
Otherwise, it
think
doesn't
that
sustain.
It doesn't sustain.